Well, listen, I'm always excited to talk about the Ritz because it's such a significant source of pride for this community. And we are celebrating our 85th anniversary as a National Art Deco landmark theater. That's very important. Historic theater aficionados consider this one of the best surviving examples of the Main Street theaters of the 1930s. Great source of pride. And what's so unique is our facade, which is our claim to fame on the National Register of Historic Places in America, is the vitrolite facade, that opaque structural glass that was so common during the Art Deco period. And it's the only one in the country that survived, building or theater, that every inch of the facade is that magnificent vitrolite glass. So that's a great source of pride and claim to fame, as it were. It was a cinema when it opened, a very successful Main Street theater. In the early 70s, the whole trend in the motion picture industry was to go to multi-screen cinemas. They put in, the suburbs and the shopping malls and stuff, and a lot of the Main Street theaters were deserted because they just were not economically efficient. It survived, though. A lot of them didn't, but it was a great state of disrepair. When a group of community leaders mobilized and said, we've got to save this theater. We have so many memories in our life from that theater, and we can revitalize it. It can become an important, indispensable cultural asset for the community. So people really mobilized, the city mobilized, and they jointly put together a renovation, restoration, and in 1997, February 1997, this theater opened as a regional performing arts center and has been doing spectacular ever since. Our arts education programs are amazing. I mean, every year we'll have almost 6,000 kids walk through those doors to see a first-class, curriculum-based arts education theatrical experience at no cost whatsoever to the kids. And we find the money to make that happen in collaboration with the boards of education that provide the transportation. We collaborate with nonprofit organizations to raise money for charities in the community. But also what's important to the broadest audience is our professional artist series. Typically we'll have a fall-winter series and we'll have a spring-summer series. And over the last 2.5 decades, we've had some pretty spectacular artists in here. I think of Mark Twain tonight, Hal Holbrook's incredible version of Mark Twain. And his final national tour was right here on our stage. I think of Diane Carroll, the legendary Diane Carroll, who actually literally tried out her last Broadway concert show in this space that went on to rave reviews in New York. We've had Mickey Rooney in here and Don McLean, the top pop song ever. Percy Sledge, Tanya Tucker, just to name a few. Ronnie Millsap has been in here. Ricky Skaggs, Preservation Hall Jazz Band, Sandy Patty, and the Jordanaires, for goodness sakes. Their last public performance together was on the stage, the Jordanaires, who accompanied an Elvis tribute artist. It was spectacular. So we've had some great shows here. And very proud of it. And collectively, all this has made the Ritz Theater for this community and this region a cultural asset, an indispensable cultural asset. And we take great pride in that. So looking forward, and COVID, we took a big hit, as most performance venues did. Nobody wanted to be in a space with 50 or 100, 1,000, 500 people. We're a 520-seat theater, which is a nice, intimate size. But we took a big hit, and we lost a lot of momentum, but we're gearing back up, and we're gonna bring the vitality back. And we're starting this summer with a limited series this coming summer. We're gonna open the end of June, and we'll have the details out on Facebook and on our website in probably a week, certainly by the first week of May. We're opening with the amazing Shaun of the South. Sean Dietrich is one of the most extraordinary Southern humorists around today. I mean, he's beloved. He writes a 300-word story a day. He's got a following on Facebook of almost 1 million people. He can make you bowl over with laughter or pull out the Kleenex for a moving story. And yet he's a very fine musician. And he's gonna do an amazing show for us in late June. Bringing back who's been on our stage 3 times before in our history, the legendary James Gregory, the funniest man in America. who also takes Southern humor to another dimension and is beloved by hundreds of thousands of people because he's been around for 40 years. And we're going to be thrilled to have him back. Then we've got these extraordinary musicians. 4 of Black Jacket Symphony's top stars had a little project on the side called Led Zeppelin Acoustic. A lot of people don't know that Led Zeppelin's 3rd album, one of their best-selling albums, was an acoustic album. And I don't mean acoustic like just a guitar. I mean, they're amplified, but you can hear the lyrics and the musicality. You know, nobody sold more records in the rock genre than Led Zeppelin except the Beatles. So they have a huge background of music, and you get to hear it by some of the finest musicians in Alabama. That's going to be happening on the 27th of July. Then in the fall, the 9th, still in the summer, we've got the amazing Isaacs coming back. The Isaacs are the hottest thing in Nashville right now. They started out 10 years ago as bluegrass gospel, and they've emerged to a really main core traditional country band. They were just inducted to the Grand Ole Opry, was it last August. They're spectacular, and we're excited about that. Also, we're bringing back in this coming year, we'll be having our 2 big annual fundraisers, starting in August with the Low Country Shrimp Bowl and Drawdown, which everyone loves, and to have food like that and have it out at the Dome at the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in August will be terrific. And then we'll bring back the Mardi Gras Gala next February and put it with what we had launched this year, which was the Party Gras on the Courthouse Square, which had 1,800 people with drinks and gumbo and chili. It was spectacular. So there's a whole new dimension to our Mardi Gras celebration, which is, by the way, the largest Mardi Gras celebration collectively north of Mobile, way up here in Talladega, Alabama, North Alabama, or East Central Alabama. So we're excited about this legendary hall and what it has meant to this community and what its history has been, not only since it opened in '36, but what it's meant since 1997, when we opened as a regionally focused performing arts center and bringing first-class acts and doing the things with the education that we do and the things that we do with charity that we do. So we're very proud of what we've accomplished, and the challenge now is to keep it going and to maintain its position as an indispensable cultural resource for this community. So we want you all to help us rebuild this momentum. We've got to get it back, and we're going to get it back, and you can be a part of that. And we're going to make it happen. With your help, we'll make it happen. So please, every chance you get, come support the Ritz Theatre and enjoy the good life. Appreciate you. Take care. George Culver, Executive Director.